why I have come to accept the idea that a gold standard is the only standard that can be used if you want a free market and you want a sound, healthy economy. No other power greater than the power over money, the power to create and contract the money supply, the power to control the purchasing power of your money. Throughout history, this has proven to be the most sought-after monopolistic power of man. You will see the consequence of the inflation that we have today. In a couple of years, you will see the recession, if not the depression of '86 or '87.
Yesterday's volatile reaction to the stock markets need not be, indeed must not be, a signal to panic.
Subjects. So we let people in a free society make their decisions on what's best for their body. Ask me why we still finance the communists. Ask me why 70% of the military budget is spent overseas. I would say clean out the State Department, spend more money on our national defense, have an anti-communist policy. Want to put the drug dealer out of business overnight, legalize drugs, there's no drug dealer.
Of your type of demented thinking.
If the American people ever allow the banks to control the issuance of their currency, first by inflation and then by deflation, the banks and corporations that will grow up around them will deprive the people of all property until their children will wake up homeless on the continent their fathers occupy.
I mean, we're running up $240 billion deficits per year. That's how fast the national debt is increasing. So the young people, there aren't enough young people to pay for this type of government. So the type of government we have today is coming to an end.
Call it the incredibly shrinking dollar. The dollar falling again against the euro today after that weak new home sales number.
When you inflate a currency or destroy a currency, the middle class gets wiped out. So the people who get to use the money first, which is created by the Federal Reserve System, benefit. So the money gravitates to the banks and to Wall Street. So that's why you have more billionaires than ever before.
You're basically saying that we should take our marching orders from Al-Qaeda. If they want us off the Arabian Peninsula, we should pay.
No! We should take our marching orders from our Constitution. We should not go to war. We should not go to war without a declaration. We should not go to war when it's an aggressive war. This is an aggressive invasion. We've committed the invasion of this war.
Why don't we just open up the Constitution and read it? You're not allowed to go to war without a declaration of war. This is just war propaganda, continual war propaganda, preparing this nation to go to war and spread this war, not only in Iraq, but into Iran, unconstitutionally. It is a road to disaster for us as a nation. It started, the neoconservatives promoted this war many, many years before it was started. Had nothing to do with Al-Qaeda. There was no Al-Qaeda in Iraq. There were no weapons of mass destruction. Just think of the weapons the Soviets had in the 60s and the 70s, and we did not have to go to nuclear war with them. There's no reason to go to war against these third world nations. Are the same ones who said as soon as we go in, it will just be duck soup. It'll be over in 3 months. It won't cost us anything because the oil will pay for it.
Now, you have been, I think, spot on in saying that the Federal Reserve created the stock bubble with low margin rates, and it created the housing bubble with low mortgage rates. Yet I never hear about anyone talking about investigating the Fed in Congress. It's a creature of Congress. Why don't we do it?
You know, the 70s were horrible because we paid for the guns and butters of the 60s. Now we're doing the same thing, and nobody even seems to care. The dollar is crashing, and you're talking about these technicalities about who said what, when.
You say that you would eliminate the IRS, the CIA, the Federal Reserve, the Department of Homeland Security, Medicare.
But how can you do this and pursue this, the policy you have, without further weakening the dollar? There's a dollar crisis out there, and people's money is being stolen. People who have saved, they're being robbed. I mean, if you have a devaluation of the dollar at 10%, people have been robbed at 10%. But how can you pursue this policy without addressing the subject that somebody's losing their wealth because of a weaker dollar? And it's going to lead to higher interest rates and a weaker economy.
I have days growing more frequently all the time when I'm convinced the time is now upon us that some big events are about to occur. These fast approaching events will not go unnoticed. They will affect all of us. They will not be limited to just some areas of our country. The world economy and political system will share the chaos about to be unleashed.
Why is it that people are turning on to YouTube to see you talk about something that everybody else thinks is too boring?
Because they're waking up, because they know there's a lot of inflation, people's standard of living is going down. An opportunity. This should not be a point where you say, well, we can't do anything about it. We should see this as only the beginning.
Are we ready for Ron Paul? Are we ready to kick off this revolution? Let's hear Ron Paul, Ron Paul, Ron Paul, Ron Paul, Ron Paul, Ron Paul.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's it. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. This is very amazing. Amazing. It's amazing because, believe it or not, I still think of myself as a country doctor that has gone to Congress, and I'm a quiet little congressman from Texas. And of course, for 30 years, I was rather quiet, but for some reason, in the past 18 months, it was discovered that the ideas of liberty and the revolution was alive and well, and we're celebrating it here tonight. But I truly do want to thank you. The support that you have given to me personally, to my family, and to the campaign has been really, really helpful to all that I've done. But you know, Barry Goldwater gave me a wonderful introduction, and he talked about my family. But you know, and he mentioned my wife Carol's been sick, and she's home and doing much better. But you know, I know she's doing a lot better because before I left home, she gave me a lot of instructions. And she told me what I was supposed to say here tonight. And one thing that she wanted me to say was a thank you, is personally from her, for the support, the prayers, and the letters and comments that you have made. We have really been blessed by all your friendship.